Dear viewers, now I am going to give an overview on diseases of cats and their impact on human health. We know cat is a very, very important pet in certain parts of the world. And in our place also, there is huge cat population. We love cat, but out of cat, we may also acquire certain diseases. That I want to emphasize upon through this slide. WHO has declared around 200 diseases which have got zoonotic importance. The zoonotic means the diseases or infection or pathogens which are transmitted from animal to man and vice versa. Right? So there are around 200 diseases in this category. These diseases are transmitted to man through the animal pathogens via contaminated food or water, or from vectors and from the environment. Cat occupies a significant position in transmitting various diseases to man, especially to children. The guidelines of American Association of Feline Practitioners that all human or animal care providers should disseminate accurate information to cat owners concerning the risk and benefits of pet ownership. Enteric zoonosis, that means through intestine, through gut, we have got Toxocara cati. This Toxocara cati may invade the human population through their eggs if accidentally it is ingested. Similar is the situation in case of ankylostoma tubiforme, that means the hookworm, which may penetrate through the legs or which may ingest through cyst. And if these parasites like hookworm, ankylostoma or Toxocara, whatever may be, if these parasites enter, that means the cyst of the parasite or oocyst of the parasite enters into human being, then they have got the tendency to migrate. We call larva migrans. Migration, presence of nematode larvae of animals within the tissue of human. When the larva goes through various viscera or visceral organs, we call visceral larva migrans or VLM. If it goes through the eyes, then we say ocular larva migrans or OLM. If it affects the neural tissue, nervous tissue, migrates through them, we call NLM or neural larva migrans. And if it goes through the skin, there is migration through the skin, then we say cutaneous larva migrans. It's very important. And it has been estimated that 10,000 human cases per year in USA and 700 cases of OLM per year, and ocular larva migrans per year in USA. So it's a very alarming proportion. Then tapeworm, the worm of cat, Echinococcus granulosi, that infect man by larva may produce cyst in the abdomen, a lot of cyst in the abdomen. Various vital organs may be occupied by cysts of different sizes which create digestive disorders and discomfort. Cysts are there due to tapeworm cyst. Then I go for another parasite, Protozoa, that is Toxoplasma, and this is present in the environment. Oocyte excretion in 1% of cats in various areas, and Toxoplasma gondii infection in areas without cats. So Toxoplasma is a very important disease, and it may infect the human beings through ingestion of raw or undercooked meat, and there is a lot of infection in the USA, and parasites are isolated from pork, lamb, sheep, etc. The ingestion of oocytes from cat feces or soil is very, very important. Water or food contamination with oocytes is very important. One thing I tell you, there is saying that a pregnant lady should not go for gardening. Why? Because in the garden, the cat used to avoid the feces and they dig with mud. And if in the mud, then there will be a cyst of Toxoplasma, and if that lady somehow accidentally ingests this cyst, in that case the problem will arise in the lady. Not only in the lady, if she is pregnant, in that case there will be adverse effect on the your offspring. That is very important. And generally the signs are more or less asymptomatic, but sometimes the flu-like illness, lymphadenopathy, sometimes it goes automatically self-limiting, sometimes there will be toxoplasmic encephalitis, congenital toxoplasmosis, or retinochondritis. You see here, the child is affected with Toxoplasma because mother's womb, it has acquired the infection. Then we have got a protozoa known as Giardia. Giardia also occurs in human beings. It's a human disease. But it may also be seen in cat, right? So excreted in the stool intermittently for weekly or monthly, and if there may be asymptomatic infection, and duration of illness is 1 to 3 weeks. So Giardia of cat may infect the human being, or Giardia of a human being may infect the cat, vice versa. That is important. Then Cryptosporidium species, it may cause diarrhea and pneumonia. Then cutaneous zoonosis. Now I tell you, of the zoonosis, most important is acari or ectoparasite. Most important ectoparasite is Notodres cati, N cati. It is also known as Sarcoptes minor. It is just like Sarcoptes, and commonly we call mange in cat. It creates papillovesicular lesions, effects on the hand and animals, dermatitis or other tissue damage, loss of blood or other tissue fluids, transfer of pathogenic agent, causing strong allergic reaction or itching, very much itching. Itching is very, very common in case of your Notodres cati or Sarcoptes minor. Then flea. Flea is very important. Cat flea is very, very important. Cat flea is very important. And if you look at the cat, you may not get the flea because flea they jump. So you cannot get the flea. But you can, sometimes you can get small, just like coal dust. That is the feces of the flea. That you can see in between the hair. So bites of cat, fleas can create annoyance to human chemicals, and there is chemicals from the fleas. Saliva is liberated, which causes severe itching. We call flea allergy dermatitis. Flea allergy dermatitis is a very important disease in human being. Right? Unless the cat population is removed, so itching will continue to exist. So if you want to avoid the flea allergy dermatitis, in that cases, the removal of the cat from that area or removal of the flea population from the cat is mandatory. Otherwise, these flea allergy dermatitis will continue to exist and it will create problem. Besides flea, again I tell you, from the flea, if the flea is ingested by a dog, so there will be a tapeworm, and that tapeworm is Dermatophyte canina. This is a parasite which can infect the children who ingest a cat flea, in which an immature stage of tapeworm exists. Therefore, that is also important. Then we have got cat plague. Cat flea also occasionally cause plague. Plague is a disease caused by the bacteria Yersinia pestis. There are three clinical types of plagues. One is bubonic plague. Bubonic plague, you know, we have heard about plague in the ancient time, where a lot of death of human being occurred due to plague. So bubonic plague, which affect lymph nodes and may cause death to the extent of 50% population. The pneumonic plague, this is a secondary form in which lungs become affected, and if left untreated, it is very often results in death. And third is septicemic plague. The bloodstream is invaded by the plague bacillus, resulting in death before one of the above two forms can develop. So you see, in the three forms, bubonic plague, pneumonic plague, and septicemic plague, all the plagues, there is death. So this is a very, very important disease. Then we have got typhus, flea-borne typhus, also called migraine typhus fever, is caused by Rickettsia typhi, transmitted mainly by rat fleas and cat fleas. Man may get the infection through contamination. So typhus can be a problem which may be transmitted through cat to human beings. Then we come to the ringworm or dermatophytes. It is very scientifically known as dermatophytes. So maybe zoophilic dermatophyte, geophilic dermatophyte, anthropophilic dermatophyte. Zoophilic means animal to animal. Geophilic means soil to soil. Anthropophilic means man to animal. So sometimes it affects tinea pedis, means in the leg, tinea capitis, means in the head, tinea barbi, means in the beard regions. We can get it, and this ringworm infection lesions may be seen. Then we have got bacteria. Of the bacteria, man may acquire Salmonella species, E. coli, and H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori from the bacteria. And then questions of bite and scratch. If the bite, I have already given a slide on dog bite in my YouTube video. One can have access to it. But here rabies also suffer from same thing. All warm-blooded animals suffer from rabies. Cat also suffer from rabies. So if the cat is, cat bites any human being, in that case also the questions arises. And Dr. Schwab has said that around 15 to 20,000 people in India used to die due to dog bite. Around 30 lakhs used to take vaccine due to dog bite. More or less similar is the situation in case of cat. Similar situation will arise if a cat bites if a rabbit cat bites to a human being, and the procedure to be followed as followed in case of dog. And there is a disease known as cat scratch fever, because cat always scratch the people, and it is very common problem in children where high rise of temperature along with cellulitis is manifestation. And Bartonella henseri is a more common cause of cat scratch disease, as well as bacillary angiomatosis. Anyway, the fleas can survive in flea feces for days Thus it is possible that flea feces may contaminate human wounds, resulting to infection. Then another is tularemia of man may be acquired from cat infected ticks. So tick may also, cat tick may also create tularemia of man. Then genital and urinary tract zoonosis. Such zoonosis has been reported from cat due to Coxiella burnetii. Human commonly develops genital and urinary tract infection, including fever, malaise, headache, pneumonia, myalgia, and arthalgia. Since the disease may be acquired from parturient or aborting cats, thus people should use gloves and masks when attending such cases. In my clinics also, I tell the owner, when you are bringing a cat from street, you must wear mask and you must wear gloves. Otherwise, don't touch the animals, because various pathogens are there within the body, and therefore you may be affected with that. Therefore, wearing of gloves and mask is a must while you are handling a cat. And there may be respiratory and ocular zoonosis also. Human may suffer from respiratory tract infection from cats suffering from Bordetella infection. Conjunctivitis in human following direct contact with the ocular discharges from cats have been described. So therefore, one has to take very much precaution about handling the cat population. How we can minimize this type of thing, because we know that there are cats, huge cats roaming here and there, but we are not taking care of it, only we are feeding them. But the problem which may come out of the cat, we seldom give any attention to that. So that's why education and training is very, very important from public health standpoint. So what you do, we'll have to enhance and continue the education of animal health and medical field workers, promote an interest in public health activities among school and college students, introduce primary course on hygiene and public health in primary and secondary school levels, educate specialized in veterinary and medical fields, that means pathology, wildlife disease, epidemiology, etc. Arrange periodical seminars, workshops in various institutions, including schools and colleges, on various aspects of public health issues. Develop post-veterinary study and practical programs. So this is very, very important. Besides, we should arrange awareness program in different occasions, inviting resource speakers in the related fields to enlighten on various animal-borne diseases. And we should also observe, along with other significant days like World Rabies Day, World Zoonosis Day, World Animal Welfare Day, etc., or ensure the participation of school and college students is must. We should ensure their participation. Finally, the recommendations which goes as regards public health significance of cat diseases, that some recommendations are there. What are the recommendations? The recommendation is develop a committee on zoonosis at the national and state level. Modernize slaughterhouse, regular cleaning of school field and parks under strict supervision of municipality and panchayat. Develop center for zoonotic diseases surveillance, prevention, control and research. To form a zoonotic committee having related scientists, academicians from medical, veterinary, zoology and epidemiology, as well as key man from planner, and then establish a multidisciplinary partnership between international organization, governments, non-governmental organization and academia. This is very important recommendation and we must follow this. So finally, a big thank to you for hearing. Thank you.
Hope you are liking our video today. If yes, like, share and comment. Also subscribe our channel. We will be coming soon with a new interesting video.